Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Chris Perron here at Perron Chiropractic in Reston, Virginia, just a few minutes outside of Washington, D.C. And in this episode in our educational series, I'm going to discuss auto accidents. Auto accidents, if you haven't been in one, well, sorry, odds are high you probably will be at some point, hopefully a minor one. But nonetheless, it is just one more way that our little human bodies can get injured. And when that does happen, it is really important to get it fixed correctly. I've had extensive additional training in car accidents specifically. They are a slightly different animal, but one way, and I think this is the most important piece to pass along to you as the patient, is don't underestimate them. Most people are not in a serious accident, which is great. I don't want you to be. So for the common fender bender, maybe I'm a little stiff, maybe I don't feel anything, maybe I feel fine. All these sorts of things. Highly recommended you get checked out anyway. Why? Why is that important? Because I call it planting seeds, right? It's not that you got bashed so hard that, oh my gosh, we're in the ER and we're all strapped in all sorts of braces and all sorts of things like that. If it happens, yes, you need help too, clearly. But for the majority of the accidents, it's thankfully a much lower grade injury. Now, when you go through a car accident process for healing, there's a couple things. It's almost impossible for this bowling ball we have sitting on top of our little necks to go like this in a car accident and not have some level of injury happen to your neck, upper back, most commonly. So just getting it checked to see whether it exists or not is well within your best interest. Why? Because we can tell if there's nothing wrong. How often is that? Really, really, really rare. Is it a small amount of care needed sometimes? Absolutely. And so we'll definitely scale exactly what you need for your particular case. We're not going to make mountains out of molehills. But here's the deal. If you get something knocked out of whack, meaning a neck bone, a head bone, a jaw bone, and it unto itself isn't causing screaming pain or possibly any symptoms at all right now immediately, well, guess what? The longer it sits there in the wrong place, whether you feel it or not during that time, it's festering. It's causing the joints around to have to compensate and have additional strain on them. And over time, could be weeks, months, years, and then all of a sudden the next joint's out of place, the next joint's out of place. And if you check out the video on arthritis, what I discuss in there is the longer any joint is out of place, it's going to be rubbing on the joint, on the bones are going to be rubbing on each other incorrectly. The longer they do that, that is where degeneration comes from. That is where disc damage comes from. That is where arthritis comes from. Planting seeds doesn't need to be a big deal on the front end, which is the best time to address it and fix it. Just clean it up right, clean it up once. Here's the other trick with a car accident in particular. A car accident is an actual injury. It's not you just woke up stiff and something stuck and we need to release it and now you're better. No. What's the difference with an injury is that there is soft tissue damage, meaning your tendons and ligaments, muscles, they got torn a little bit. Why is that? They're rubber bands that are supposed to be holding all these bowling balls and bricks in the right place. Well, there's enough force on them, they get stretched and yanked, and that's what a tear is. Torn completely, really rare, thank goodness, but torn at least a little bit, moderate amount, absolutely, very common. Under 5 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour or less. There is scientific proof that people still get injured in 5 miles an hour or less. So your average one is usually a little more than that, so it doesn't take much to get something out of whack. Well, here's the thing. As soon as that accident ends, your body starts healing. It starts fixing you. Why? Our bodies are great at that. Well, look at it as wet cement. It's going to dry. And wherever everything is located at the time that it dries, that's what your muscles and tendons and ligaments basically heal to mold into that position. Now, if your bones are in the wrong place, which odds are high there will be some, guess what? That cement dries with them in the wrong position. That sets you up to where they are now reinforced in the wrong position, potentially forever. And again, leading to very common neck pain, arthritis, disc problems, all that sort of thing. So by getting your joints evaluated and corrected on the front end, getting everybody back where they're supposed to be in the first few weeks, as that cement dries, you actually get the opposite effect. You get proper healing. You get your muscles and ligaments and tendons to actually heal around your joints in the correct position, which is fantastic. And that's really the best way to approach the short-term effects of a car accident, but the long term, I'm telling you, is usually worse. That's when we see patients, umpteen years down the road taking a history. They just woke up, I don't know, I didn't do anything. No, you didn't. Something happened way back then, and it just festered to get to that point. So don't let it get to that point. It's a very easy evaluation process to see what you have and what you don't have. No mountains out of molehills. But again, right here at Perron Chiropractic, we're happy to help. If you got any questions, put a comment in the comment section. Better yet, give us a call or send us an email. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. We'd like to know what your opinion is. And hit subscribe if you'd like to learn about more issues that we can help you with also. So again, Dr. Chris Perron, and I look forward to talking to you.